Doraemon Story of Seasons Friends of the Great Kingdom seems to be on track to improve upon its predecessor in most ways. Right now there's a demo available on Steam worldwide, as well as a Japanese PlayStation Store and Nintendo eShop that lets you play 7 full days of in-game time. I have played through the demo twice, one by myself and a second time with my wife in co-op, and in this video I put together a list of 13 things you need to know about the game. Friends of the Great Kingdom tracks everything you do in the game through a checklist you can find on the main menu. The demo comes with a total of 10 activities which go from buying certain animals to growing specific crops. And as you fill them out, you earn some extra money. Not only this is a good way for the game to give you suggestions on what to do next, it also helps you early on in the game when money does not come by that easy. Just keep in mind that the amount of money being given out in the demo might not be the same in the final game. We also have 2 more subsections on the to-do list. The one for friends does not seem to be available in the demo. Even if you befriend any of the villagers, nothing shows up there. As for the one for requests, I believe this will be similar to the request board you see in the town hall from Pioneers of Olive Town, where from time to time people will put up requests for materials and crops in exchange for money. In the previous game, your tools and other items like bugs, food, and crops all share the same space in your backpack. In the demo for Friends of the Great Kingdom, the game has 2 different spaces for your items. Your backpack, which is where you store crops and other things you collect, and your tool pouch, which is where you keep your tools and seeds. You can cycle between the two at any time by pressing the triggers on your controller. I love this setup because it frees up a ton of precious space that would otherwise be taken up by your tools, allowing you to carry more items you pick up as you're out and about. Another handy feature Friends of the Great Kingdom introduces is the ability to set your favorite tools to each one of the directions on your D-pad. You do this by pressing the pause button and assigning a tool to your preferred slot. It's a lot faster and more convenient to have quick access to your most used tools without having to go through menus. In the previous game you had one store that carried both seeds and saplings. In Friends of the Great Kingdom, the general store still carries seeds as before, but now there's an entire separate shop in a different location on the map that sells saplings. In Friends of the Great Kingdom, you share a house with a bunch of characters. Those characters can help you out with a number of tasks around the farm. It's a very similar system to the Kuropo Core from Doraemon Story of Seasons, but unlike that game, the characters will assist you with anything you're doing. They'll lend you a hand with stuff like chopping down trees, breaking rocks, watering crops. You can even have them help you when you're out mining or fishing, which makes it possible for you to do things at twice the speed that it used to take in the previous game. There are a few limitations though. They cannot interact with animals, but they can pick up their goods, for example. The demo does not tell you whether you need to build your relationship with the characters first before you get them to help you, so we'll have to wait for the full release.
Yep.
Two-player co-op is a brand new feature in the series that lets 2 people tend to the farm at the same time. It doesn't support online, it's local only, and it's really easy to set up. There's an option on the main menu that lets anyone with a second controller seamlessly jump in and out of your game. They'll play Doraemon as they help you around the farm. The second player bears the same limitations as an AI character. You share the stamina bar and only the host can interact with people and animals. Rearranging the layout of your field used to be a pain in the previous game, but it is a breeze now with the introduction of the Change Decor feature. You can initiate this feature by going up to the small cabin that sits alongside your house, allowing you to place and move stuff around the field with ease. You can even rotate objects now. There's also a new gadget called Slider Stick that lets you move crops around. It's very handy when you accidentally lay down your seeds in the wrong spot. Friends of the Great Kingdom has a lot more fishing spots than the previous game, and almost every area on the map has 1 or 2. There also seems to be a slightly greater variety of fish. The developers put a lot of time and effort into creating new locations for this game, and they each look gorgeous. One that stands out is the blacksmith area, which is now located in a secluded, echoey cave brimming with crystals and rock formations. Some of these locations have a brand new camera angle. One of them is a cliff overlooking the ocean, and I recommend you go check it late in the afternoon or evening. It looks gorgeous. There's a mysterious forest with glistening crystals and a wheat field with random items for you to collect. There's also an observatory at the top right of the map and a castle in the main square, both of which are inaccessible in the demo, so we do not know how they look. Bread was by far the easiest way to make a ton of money in the previous game, but Friends of the Great Kingdom seems to have nerfed your ability to make money this way, and the game now pays less for each bread than what it costs to buy flour from the restaurant. Of course, there's always a chance the payout in the demo may differ from the full release, and things like your tool level and flour quality could affect how much money you get in the end, but for now, bread is not as profitable as it used to be. In the connection section, we have 3 categories. The first one for the residents stays exactly the same as in the previous game. The third one likely is for the harvest sprites. Now the one in the middle for the animals introduces a separate progress bar for the coding quality of your animals. This one is probably linked to their appraisal in contests. You improve it by letting them out on sunny days and keeping them in on rainy days, as well as brushing their coat every day. And speaking of animals, you can now buy alpacas. There is a lot of attention to detail in this new game. Characters now get dirty as they tend to the field or mine. Puddles ripple as you go through them, water splashes around your feet as you run, and there might be a lot more we don't know about. We'll have to wait until November 2nd to see what other details the game has in store. The previous game had a total of 21 key items, most of which were helpful gadgets you would unlock as you progressed through the story. Friends of the Great Kingdom has a total of 27. It's likely we'll see the return of some if not most gadgets from the previous game, alongside new ones like the slider stick that is available in the demo. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. Keep an eye out on the channel for more Friends of the Great Kingdom coverage, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.